Hello! Hey now! This is another episode of Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Yeah! Today we're going to be doing chicken Alfredo. And I've price checked this, and it's basically this recipe serves 4 and costs about $15 and doesn't take that long to do. It's pretty groovy. But let me see if I can get this a little better or whatever. Alright, so I've got 2 pounds of boneless chicken breast here. $3.50 pretty much it costs. And I'm going to trim off this this little bit of fat. Don't really need that. And then there's this piece. Definitely want to trim that off. Alright, where are we at? Sometimes these bastards, when they're on sale, leave bones. You know, cut that off. That's not very groovy. Alright. Yeah, we're shooting in 4K. Alright, so is there anything left on that? A little bit. Alright, we'll put that over there. And we got that piece right there. But pretty much that's all gristle fat right there. So we're gonna give that to you. Oh, you didn't get it. You can't see it, but I've got it. Hey Bob, stop! Did you just steal that, man? There you go, Teddy. There you go, Daisy. All right, we got Bob, Teddy, and Daisy show going on here. All right, so we want to cut this off. All right. How's that look? How's that look? But yeah, chicken Alfredo. Yeah. Alright, that should be pretty good. This is still a little frozen. I bought this on sale and then froze it. Alright. This is all gristly or whatever. There you go, Bob. There you go, Teddy. Well, that just bounced off your nose. You really don't catch things well, do you, Teddy, anymore? I just bumped it off your nose. Oh, you can handle that whole thing, can't you? Alright. There you go, Daisy. Alright, sorry, Bob. Bob's trying to get his lion's share of all this. Alright, so anyways, we got it trimmed up. Now let's do it into a little, slice it lengthwise and get some strips. Meanwhile, I have my oil in a pan getting hot. Getting hot, hot, hot. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, there we go. But yeah, this feeds about 4 for $15, so $3.75 a serving. That's not bad for a groovy meal, I think. Not bad at all. Yeah, right now I definitely have 6 eyes, 3 tails, and 12 paws staring at me. 12 paws staring at me. Wait a minute, somebody's in here. Is that Dad?
Yep.
Say hi, Dad, to the people.
Hi, Dad, to the people.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so now we slice this into chunks. You don't have to be fancy. If you want it fancy, do it fancy. If you're better at fancy than I am, feel free to do it. Feel free to do it. Alright, but yeah, I put, I don't know, 3 tablespoons or so of vegetable oil in the pan. Alright, let's get this all into a spot there. Alright. Alrighty then. Get this all chunked up. You want them basically bite-sized chunks or whatever, but if you have to take two bites, that's okay. You know, no big whoop. No big whoop. Alrighty then. This is coming together. Oh, I don't think so. No mutiny here on this shit. Oh, I'm shooting that up into there. Alright, so we got that. Our 2 pounds of chicken. Alrighty then. That's groovy. Alright, so we got our hot. I'm just going to throw one in there and see how hot it is. It's definitely hot. You want a low to medium heat. You don't want oil splattering everywhere and dirtying up your kitchen, creating a dirty kitchen, do we? Alright. I mean, you will get some splatters, but nothing major. Just like a lot of people cook bacon on real high heat, and it does cook a lot quicker, but it's a huge mess. It gets all over everywhere. So I do the slow and steady with my bacon. It takes about 15-20 minutes or so. It's a long time, I know, especially if you're going to make it in the morning, but get up earlier, I guess. But what is morning exactly? I'm a musician, and I get up at the crack of noon. Alright, so we got our chicken in there. My hand that doesn't have chicken on it, I'm going to give it some salt. Not a whole bunch, but a little bit. Probably a half a teaspoon. A good pinch, if you're a pincher. Alright, I'm going to rinse off my hand here, both of them. Why not? Alright, so you basically just cook that up. And then you go with the same pan. You take it, you move everything off to the side in the same pan after it's done. And I'll show you the next step in a little bit. How's that? Alright, so I'm going to put all these videos together and try to save time. But I don't know. Maybe we'll just do this all together, people. You got time? I've got time. Alright. So, we've got our chicken frying up in there. Got it salted. Could stand to have a little more heat. A little more heat. It's too low. But like I said, I didn't want it splattering everywhere. That's always no fun. Cleaning up a bunch of grease and everything. Alright. So, while that's heating up some more, how about I grab my mandolin and play a little bit of my new song that I'm working on. Let's see if you dig it. My hand's all wet. I don't know if this is going to work out very groovy or not and dry it off, man. But anyway. Love is all around. cooking. Get back to cooking. Alright. I should have brought the mandolin out here and put it on the stand and everything so I didn't have to keep walking back into the situation room. Oh yeah. Smelling groovy. Smell like fried, sort of fried chicken or whatever. You know. I think we got the heat at the right temperature. We're getting there. We're getting there, people. You can always do this. If I do this on YouTube, there's a button where you can, or a tab or whatever. One of my friends showed me. I wasn't aware of it. Maybe you're already aware of it. But you can speed up the rate of a video. Although I'll start sounding like this. You know, start sounding like chipmunks or whatever. But it speeds up, and you can try that out. Maybe I sound groovier as a chipmunk. You know, I don't know. It's almost done, most of it. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to turn this up for the second stage. All right. Seems to be pulsing. I'm not used to this stovetop yet that I've been working with the last moments that I've been here or whatever. But yeah, I should have put on my album in the background there for some background music. Because you can't get me for copyright infringement on that. It's my gosh darn music, you mofos. But yeah. Alright. I don't know if you can see that. Am I in the way? Am I in the way the whole time? Probably. And you're just seeing me? Yeah, that's what it seems like. Alright. And my belly. Alright. We're almost there. And it doesn't have to be completely cooked through. I mean, you want it pretty much cooked. But if it's a little bit raw, then the second step is going to cook more anyway. So, but you don't want it raw. I don't want anybody getting sick. Even though if your chicken is quite fresh and you do it quick, you really shouldn't get sick. You know. But you never know. Alright. Alright, this is pretty close. What do you think, people? Can you see? How do I do this? Oh. There we go. Now we got a good perspective going. Hopefully you can see that. See that that's pretty much all cooked now. And then we've got a little bit of oil and chicken juice in there. Alright, which we're gonna utilize, you know, in this meal. Alright, so now move all this shit off to the side, all the chicken. You know, move it off to the side. Alright, there we go. Now we're gonna add our Parmesan. Alright. And that's probably a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup right there, and that's not enough. I'm going to take this off the heat for a second, just because I really don't want it all cooking up too much on the bottom and burning, the cheese burning. But you basically add a cup to a 1.5 cups or so. That's a pretty groovy pile. I don't know if you can see that, you know. There we go. Yep. That looks perfect. I'd say that's about 1.25 cups or so. 1.25 cups. Alright, into this, you add some garlic powder. About a teaspoon or so, 1.5 teaspoons. Not too much. You don't want it too garlicky, as I put a little bit more. Alright. And then cornstarch. Cornstarch. Put put some of that on there. Alright. About a tablespoon and a half or so. Yeah, that's groovy. Alright. Now you add about a quart of heavy cream, but they didn't have any heavy cream. So Dad bought me, my shopper, bought me heavy whipping cream. But which I'm curious what, he didn't know how much it costs. But I know heavy cream isn't cheap generally. It's about $6-7 a quart. So what's that? Friggin' $25 a gallon, you know, for cream. Anybody own a cow? Can I borrow it? Alright, so anyway, we got that pile of all that in there. Don't bother adding salt, man. There's no point. There's plenty of salt in the. If you want salt, it's not salty enough for you when you actually taste it. Don't you have salt on the table or somewhere in the house? Put it on yourself. Everybody else shouldn't have to have everything salty just because, no offense, some people really dig salt or need it or whatever, crave it, yeah. But anyway, you whisk this all up, whisk it up, whisk it up, and get that all whisked. Now you can move the chicken over, sort of. Yeah, it's all whisked up. Right on. And you want to keep an eye on this. We still got it on our medium to high heat, and you really don't want to put it on real high heat or whatever, unless you're right on it, and you really don't, because then as it's going, it's going to stick. So you kind of, and you don't want burnt Parmesan, and you don't want burnt cream or whatever. So keep that action moving. Keep that action moving. Keep that action moving, and you should be grooving. Alright, so basically you want to get this all incorporated. And you can add black pepper. Definitely at this stage you can add black pepper. But I can't eat pepper. I've got diverticulitis. So, yeah. I said that to a young kid that was working at Burger Queen. They're not actually King. Oh, no, that was McDonald's. Yeah, it was McDonald's anyway. I said, can I get something without seeds on the bun? Because I have diverticulitis. And he backed right away from me. I chuckled. Yeah. He was a young cat, though. Wait until you get in college and you gotta back away from them chicks that got herpes. You know? Huh. That smells good. I can smell everything. Just the right amount of garlic. But yeah, you can add black pepper, cracked pepper, ground pepper, white pepper. Yeah. To add a little zip to it. Alright. So this still isn't boiling yet. And none of this will change until it starts boiling. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. Now that I'm right here paying attention. But anyway, I'm going to serve this on penne. You really should be cooking up and boiling your pound of whatever your favorite pasta is. Spaghetti, linguine, fettuccine, I don't know, barbarino, I don't know. But, oh, here we go. It's starting to change, I can tell. Yeah. Get that all stirred up. Might not have added enough cornstarch, but we won't know until it starts to boil, because that's when all the action happens, man. Like I said, that's when all this smells groovy. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. I think you get the gist of it, but yeah, pretty simple, not that expensive, serves 4, you know. Unless you're morbidly obese, it serves 1, you know. or you're just really hungry that day and you're only 110 pounds, or you're a championship eater, you know, training, Joey Hot Dog or something. What, isn't that Johnny Hot Dog, Joey Hot Dog, or whatever? Alright, this still isn't boiling. It's taking forever, and I get it on 9. Oh, there we go. Well, there we go. We definitely got a boil going now. Alright. Keep this stirring. She's starting to thicken up. Alright. Yeah, I might have had to have added more cornstarch. Let that boil a little bit, simmer. I could probably turn it down now. Simmer down now. Simmer down now. Alright. Oh, she's starting to thicken up now. But we'll see how much longer it'll take for the consistency I want. This is kind of alright, but yet no, it's still kind of watery. Still kind of watery. Like I said, I'm not used to this stovetop. I really don't know how she reacts yet. I'm in virgin territory. Alright. Let that boil a little bit. You don't want to let it boil too long without stirring, or it sticks to the bottom, man. And we don't want that. If I'd used more cornstarch, it probably would have reacted a lot quicker, but it's reducing or whatever and thickening. I can tell already, but it's still drippier than what I usually have. But I'm afraid if I add cornstarch right now, it's gonna clump up. It'll be clumps. So a way to avoid that is, if you really need to add a little bit more cornstarch, is make a cream and cornstarch slurry, and mix that up, and then you can add it to it in increments or whatever until you get the right thickness, the proper amount of thickness. Alright, now she's starting to boil groovy. So this is taking forever on this thing. I probably should have put it up on high for TV purposes and everything. I don't know, this is going to be a little runny. Not like I usually do it. Well, like I said, I couldn't go grab some half and half. I just used up all the heavy cream. Do some half and half in a little cup, and get it to create a slurry and get it to be thicker. But in the meantime, I'm just boiling it down a little bit, making sure, and I'm stirring it so it doesn't burn. Making sure it doesn't burn. Alright, so that's close enough for these purposes. She's a little drippy. I don't know, is it? It's sticking and not running. I get a bit of pay attention to this. I'm going to set it off to the side. Alright, that's done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this long, sort of boring version or episode of Pappy's Dirty Kitchen. Yeah! Alright, have a groovy day, people. Bye-bye.